name is Chase Johnson. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and we have used C3 Group several times on some of our large loss commercials and our higher end residential for their appraisal services and their public adjusting services. Their knowledge of the market, of the ever-changing regulations, and their ability to create a very thorough estimate from an understanding of construction and the management of the project.
All right, folks, what's going on? We are here live. Surprise, surprise, not too long. Literally, I finished the video, ate some lunch, and as I was eating lunch, storm popped up just to the west of Minneapolis. Let's see if I got the radar loaded enough here. So just by this town of Watertown, blew up and then dropped up to baseball-sized hail, up to 3-inch hail, actually. I think a report just came in. And we're now moving into the north suburbs of Minneapolis. So for just sake of where we're at, Minneapolis is right here, and then I believe Maple Grove and Coon Rapids, all areas that were hit in 2017 look like they're getting impacted now with some hail. We're going to kind of look into it, see how things play out, and just kind of map this out live as we have some coverage here. Again, there you go, a 3-inch report came in Delano, Minnesota. This is overall the overview look. Again, this storm came up very quickly and is racing to the north and to the east. Again, history of dropping up to baseball-sized hail. Doesn't look like it's dropping that same level right now, but we're going to kind of see how things play out. We are in a very populated area, of course, with the Minneapolis metro, so we're just going to kind of see how things go down. It's still warned for tennis ball-size hail. We've had confirmed reports of, I know I saw up to golf ball size hail when I was right before I came on here in the town of Plymouth. We can zoom in a little bit. This is the town of Maple Grove, where you see, here is just your regular radar reflectivity, what you see on the news. And then behind me, if you're new to watching us here, this is what we call the correlation coefficient. It's a dual pole product. It's very good at seeing large objects in the sky, such as hail, or debris balls from tornadoes. No tornadoes in this, just big time hail. When you see the greens, the yellows, the blues, that is always indicative of much larger hail, especially when it's in together with the higher radar reflectivity. We're going to roll through here, and we can see our hail marker, this little diamond, this little blue diamond, is saying that we're having up to baseball size hail right now. That's what the algorithm is saying at the moment. I don't know if we're seeing baseball size hail at the moment. Warning update, and they're saying tennis ball size hail, and that's from the public. So whether or not that's actually what's falling at the moment, again, we've had likely range from probably here in Maple Grove, P to probably up to some golf ball size hail. Especially if you're right along Elm Road and over by Garland Lane. And this is now, so this is moving to the east, generally east-northeast. So storm is moving over Brooklyn Park right now, and we're very quickly going to be heading into Coon Rapids next. In terms of hail sizes, the CCs aren't as crazy impressive. Let's see what else we got going here. So I'm thinking we're going to have rain with hail mixing in. Now, if we roll it back to earlier by Watertown, where we had up to that baseball-sized hail, you can see, look how low it got here, where the correlation coefficient, lots of blues and greens. This is where you're getting that baseball-sized hail. So I'm not seeing that right now over the areas that we are looking at the moment. So right now over Brooklyn Park, we are seeing lower. The little area lower. Nothing like what I just showed you guys over by Watertown, where you had that baseball 3-inch hail. That and the video that I managed to see on Twitter, like when the storm first went up, and I went, oh my God, that was high volumes of lots of hail. This looks more like we're seeing probably up to golf ball size hail for sure right now. And it was this town of Oseo, and over by Brooklyn Park. Coon Rapids, this might just be part of Coon Rapids, right along Route 610 over by Hampshire Ave. You're probably seeing up to golf ball size hail there right now. Again, Gotta get confirmation whether or not what the size is going to be from this thing, just because this storm kind of caught us off guard real quick, came out of nowhere. It looks like it probably, I'm guessing it formed, it got triggered off of storms that were happening this morning in northern Minnesota and into Wisconsin, leaving a little trigger boundary like I had mentioned. If you watched our forecast video, I just expected storms to form a little later and also further south. So this just, proof the atmosphere is very unstable today, because this fired up very quickly, and I actually need to load up some more. I need some more road files here, so just hold tight for a second, guys, while I figure out what counties I need. I need Ramsey County and Anoka County. Whoops, that's not what I need. Put in the comments below. I'll try to answer any questions in the comments you guys may be having. If you if you're from Minneapolis, I have news media open. Let us know if you're seeing any pictures or any confirmation of hail sizes. I only can do so many things at once on here. We will go on to Twitter or on Facebook or wherever to look into other places to hopefully see some pictures. We want to get some confirmation. I know we had a bigger storm earlier, I think in July, and I know we heard varying solidness of the hail on that one, so I would just want to try to get you guys the best info possible as quickly as possible. And I know the hardness of hail is always a big question mark. All right, sorry about that, guys. Again, just a little to just load up these roads. I wasn't completely 100% prepared. All right, so on this radar update, again, here on Coon Rapids, everywhere you see the pink, the hail core is probably going to be pretty limited to just right in this area here. The diamond that we are seeing, this marker, this seems to still be indicating there's a lot of power in this storm. So I'm really curious to see if we're going to see isolated really big hail, or we're just going to see like a ton of around golf ball size hail. Right now, I'm pretty confident we're seeing up to golf ball size hail. It's just the quantity that is falling is in question. I would like to see more of the correlation coefficient. I want to see more pretty colors on here. I want to see more blues and greens and yellows. Right now, it's looking a little mixed, which makes me think we got quite a bit of rain mixing in. Maybe not as much hail, but the hail that's falling is large. So that is what my takeaway is at this exact moment. They haven't updated the warning. They're saying tennis ball size hail reported by the public. A handful of ping pong ball reports that came in across, what is this, Orono and Maple Plain, but nothing in here as of this exact second, which leads me to believe, man, another 3-inch report. But numerous pictures, windows broken out of homes, and up to 3-inch baseball size hail on Fenning Avenue just south of Delano, and then in Delano, Watertown. I know you got lots of baseball, up to two tennis ball reports, but definitely I've seen pictures already of up to baseball size hail there. So already 2-star map, without question, probably at least a 3-star map. We're going to see as we're moving through a this is a very populated area, these northern Minneapolis suburbs here, and it is hailing, and it's just that big question of how big is the hail going to be. Now let's just ignore I'm going to bring up Twitter. Let's see what we can find. I'm going to search hail, and I apologize if any weird crap comes up, because that tends to happen sometimes here. Okay, Loretto is reporting golf ball size hail. So what's that? Where is that at? Okay, so I was back here. So again, I know for sure we had golf balls back over by Loretto, by Medina. So let's go ahead. Let's roll the radar back to then, and we can see what it looks like when the storm was over here. Okay, so this is where those golf ball reports were coming in. How do I send a pic? Go to Hail Trace's page. You can't send a pic on live coverage. Unfortunately, that is a problem on Facebook's end, not ours. But if you click on our actual page, you can send it as a message to our page, and somebody will see it on our Facebook. I'll try to check it out. Again, while I'm doing this, it's a little hard for me to double duty it. But again, we see this is what it looked like, where we had just had a golf ball report come in. This is what the radar looked like. This is what the CCs looked like. So apparently the correlation coefficient is looking like trash, but we're making big hail, which leads me to believe that we're probably seeing golf ball size hail right now in Coon Rapids, right along Highway 252 and Foley Boulevard. And this is, again, quickly moving to the northeast. Blaine, you're next in line as we continue to move here. We have a new warning up. Warned for 2-inch hail, reported again by the public, but they're not freaking telling us. I hate when sites do this. They don't tell you. You know, they say it's reported by the public, but they're not saying where. And when the dual pole products are not cooperating as much as I'd like them to, it's looking like, yeah, I think I'm just going to kind of lean into wherever you're seeing the pink on radar, that's where you're going to be seeing that big hail. So again, easily up to golf ball size hail in Coon Rapids currently. Let's jump back onto Twitter here, where, again, this is just searching the word hail on Twitter. So I apologize for any weird crap that shows up on the screen. That's not my issue. Let's see, we had another report, ping pong ball size hail. And pictures. Anybody, anything? Okay, this way, there you go. This was by Watertown from earlier. Bit of hail accumulation. Can't tell how big it is there though. Let's see, what's this one? North, it's like marble size northeast of Brooklyn Park. Okay. Ooh, oh dang. So this one's in Oseo just now. That looks like closer to a 2-inch stone to me. So again, it looks like some pretty big hail in here, guys. As it continues to fall, a whole bunch of hail. That's high volumes of hail on that one. Yeah, looks like lots of hail falling. And okay, that's weird. Does that thumb through? Husband's reporting golf ball size hail in Brooklyn Park near 694 and Northland Drive, reporting that to the Weather Service. Okay, so give you an idea. So again, it looks like we're seeing those that golf ball size hail continuing as we move forward. Do you think we'll see development later this afternoon from Wilmar to St. Cloud? Asks somebody. Well, let's look. Okay, yeah, we're getting the report. Sorry, 2-inch report just came in on 85th Ave and Broadway in Brooklyn Park. So again, 2-inch hail. So we have golf ball, 2-inch hail falling. We just saw that picture there on Brooklyn Park on what I just mentioned. So sent on Messenger Cole. We'll check that out in a second here. Hopefully somebody can, maybe I can check this out real quick. Okay. Way on Derek's. Oh, I don't want to do that. Another day here, Paradise and Maple Grove. Let's see what somebody's Instagram. Yeah, look at, there you go. There's another big hill going up on there. So that means this swath that is moving through right now. So Brooklyn Park, Maple Grove, all this have up to 2-inch hail falling in that as we continue to move to the north and to the east. Correlation coefficient, this most recent, look at this, getting a little lower now. Some more colors, more pretty colors coming up. We got that blue, the greens, yellows showing up. Looks like that means we're seeing probably maybe a little bit more of that big hail falling here, especially right along where these two highways come together, whatever this is, 610 and what is this, 10, 47, 118, like where these highways all come together at Coon Rapids and Blaine. Probably seeing 2-inch hail there as well. Blaine, you're next in line. It's going to start hailing very soon as this continues to move to the north and to the east. A lot of reports coming in with this, guys. Rapidly going from probably a 2-star map to now probably closer to a 4-star map now that I'm getting some confirmation. I wanted to get some quick confirmation for you guys. Again, this doesn't look like your classic hailstorm where the CCs are, lighting up really low. So I just wanted to make sure that we weren't seeing a ton of pea-size hail or anything, but it looks like we're seeing quite a bit of the larger hail. Now, quarter report coming in. A lot of hail reports streaming in here, guys, as it continues to move out. Now, somebody's asking about St. Cloud. I think we're not going to see any develop that far to the north. I think it'll be probably south of where these storms are. You already see more storms trying to form to the south. I think we're off to the races now. This is what we're going to be seeing for the rest of the day. This is probably going to be your northernmost storm. The rest of it's going to fire to the south of there. So somebody asked about Wilmar. Wilmar to St. Cloud, probably not so much. Oh, we got a tennis ball report that just came in now from Maple Grove. Lots of hail reports to media. Largest one measured at 2.5 inch. So that means a tennis ball size hail made it all the way to Maple Grove. Okay. All right, so we're seeing some big hail here, guys. Let's roll it back. Roll it back to Maple Grove. It must have just been like right here, right where you see basically anything. It's gonna be on Thursday for something that's perfect timing. Haha, awesome, John. Cool. It's crazy how things work out like that. So you can see here, you got those lower CCs. Now, is that associated with, is this associated with the storm? Yeah, so I guess pretty much anywhere you see those lower CCs coming in, normally I look at this and I go, there might be some golf balls, but I guess we have up to tennis ball size hail falling in that. There you go, there's that report across Maple Grove. So if we continue, as this continues, one has to assume that you could have close to tennis ball size hail falling. It's South Lake Park, parts of Blaine, Coon Rapids, all right now. Now, believe Heather is currently mapping. Derek is with the family today after doing a week-long chase. Frank, our other meteorologist, he is also on vacation, so it's Heather and I pretty much holding down the fort here. So props to Heather for mapping this all out. Obviously, once I'm done doing live coverage, I will help as well, bring up those videos and pictures and everything to put onto the map and make sure everything's all squared away for you guys. But it's available now. I believe it's just called Minnesota. We haven't done too much to it yet, just trying to keep up with the storm that's happening. Likely, I had it as a 2-star map. Might still be labeled as a 2-star map, but don't worry. I think now we're close to 4-star map. We might flirt. Could Derek's first day back at the office in about a week be a 5-star map day? We'll see. Not going to call it quite yet. We'll see how this continues to move to the east here. Yeah, lots of lower CCs showing up now. Looks like we're seeing hail extending much further north. So you have where everywhere you got on the pinks all the way down here from what's this highway? Highway 118 all the way north up to about Ham Lake over by 149th Avenue Northeast. Hail all in here, probably ranging in sizes, but again, hail closer to 2 inches for sure in the largest sections with this storm, possibly even closer to tennis ball size hail, as we got that tennis ball report back a little ways in Maple Grove. Any new reports coming in quite yet? Still just warned for 2 inch, okay. All right, so this is the only storm in town right now, guys, but it could be a pretty big one. Again, Watertown, Delano, real big hail. We have baseball, it looks like pretty widespread baseball size hail with that one. And let's roll to the top of this all this garbage right here. Continuing the wonderful world of Twitter, try to get you guys some more pictures. Again, ignore some of the other garbage on here. Okay, that's a tennis ball from earlier. What is this one? Okay, so this was in Brooklyn Park. Looks like some little ranges of hail there. Here's the hail in Maple Grove. Hopefully we're seeing some weird stuff. Other pictures of hail. Look at that compared to a quarter. It's probably close to golf ball size hail in there. Nice hailstorm today. Yeah, you can kind of tell, it's sideways, quarter size hail in Brooklyn Park. There's some hail. Look at that. That's a pretty big hailstone in Maple Grove. Looks like a range of hailstone sizes. So we're not going to be seeing that widespread only tennis balls or anything. I think it's going to be up to tennis ball size hail. Everything from sub-severe all the way up. Okay, here's some more Maple Grove coming in. That's a good 2-incher right there. A little bigger. It's a little bit bigger than 2 inches there. All right, so that's pretty good size coming out of that. A lot of hail coming in. And you can see that. We can make it full screen. Whoops, okay. Or we're not gonna make it full screen, that's cool. All right, coming off Twitter, let's look back at the radar here. One thing that keeps me going, hopefully it's better hail volume from last week. Hopefully, was that only last week? Good God. Yeah, that storm in Minnesota. Yeah, I know there was one here not too long ago. Last couple weeks, somewhere in there, like you mentioned, Jason. We did label that a 5-star, but hopefully, I think this one might have a little bit better volume versus the other one. This looks like a better storm already, just visually, but we'll see how things play out again as we continue to look at more stuff across social media. Whoa, got purple marker on here now. So this means the storm looks like we're strengthening, looks like our core is so east. All right, let's roll this back. You can see the core right here, right? It's moving, and now all of a sudden things are showing up, and this seems to be taking over. Looks like this core is dying, and this is where your storm is. Your inflow is coming in here, so it's like an upside down storm. Normally, they're coming in up through the south. This one's coming down through the north, and looks like we're strengthening as we are moving to the north and east here. So probably pretty big hail falling right now, right along Bunker Lake Boulevard northeast, and Coral Sea Street northeast, and probably northern Blaine as this moves to northeast. And look how low the sea, excuse me guys, that's my lunch. How low the correlation coefficient's getting here, how low these CCs are, getting down to those greens and blues. I bet there's some tennis ball size hail in there, like in the intersection I just mentioned, as we're rapidly moving off to that northeast as the storm continues to just keep rocking along. I think Forest Lake, you'll be next. And wouldn't be surprised, like over here, see this little guy down by Eden Prairie? Gotta keep an eye on that. Looks like a new storm trying to form. See if that strengthens. It's extremely close to the radar right now, so we can't get a good profile of it. But as it moves a little, if it continues to move to the east a little ways away from that radar, maybe we'll see this thing continue to strengthen, and now we'll be heading towards the south side of the Minneapolis area. Any other storms trying to form? Not so much. All right, next update here. You can tell again the hail really kind of focused on here. It's going to move in towards the town of Columbus, getting a little less populated as this thing has rocketed. Again, lots of reports coming in already. When you see those multiple hail reports coming, that's always a good sign as well. When you only get that one or two and it's lunchtime, it might be not too much hail, but when we're getting inundated with hail reports, that means that it's probably a pretty good hailstorm. All right, what county do I need now? It's Washington or Stillwater County? I don't know. Stillwater, Washington. All right, let's hang on, guys. I gotta get another road file up here. Okay, well, there's no Stillwater County, so I guess it's Washington County. 163. Send those likes, everything. Hopefully, if you want this to be a big storm and you want this to be a 5-star map, bigger hail, more hail, higher volumes, harder hail, whatever you guys want it to be, put in the comments section below. We'll be happy to try to answer any questions you guys have. If you want me to go back, go over anything else, I'll be happy to do that as well from earlier. Let's see, anything else coming in? Man, all kinds of 3-inch reports. Jesus. Okay. So everywhere from quarter to 3-inch hail. The baseball, the tennis ball, the 3-inch hail, that's going to be in these towns of Watertown, Delano, Independence, and then a little smaller for a little bit, and then up to tennis ball size hail again in Maple Grove. 2-inch hail, I know for a fact, across Osseo and Brooklyn Park. And hail size right now, wouldn't be surprised if we might be flirting with that tennis ball size again. But we're in a little bit more of a rural area, a little more lakes. I know you guys in Minnesota sure love having all your lakes everywhere, so Lino Lakes might be the northern sections of Lino Lakes. I think that's where this hail is at right now, heading towards Columbus and then eventually Forest Lake. Towards Forest Lake, and then we're going to get pretty rural once you get past like Osceola. Oh boy. My terrible town pronunciations like we have in Texas seems to continue up north as well. So, let's see. I'll refresh Twitter one more time, and then I'll probably just go on Facebook to check on some stuff. So here you go. Here's some more pictures of that hail in Brooklyn Park. Nice little round guys. 2-inch, round 2-inch hail, golf ball 2-inch hail on that. Mads. Okay, well here we go. Look at that. Look at these dents on this car, guys. PDR guys might be getting real happy about this. This person said they found about 40 dents on their car just now, and not sure where he's at, but I mean, I believe it with hail like that. So if you're getting dents in the car, you're probably going to be seeing some hard hail with this versus these smaller soft hail. This is like kind of the stuff when I'm looking on social media for pictures outside of verification of size. We like to see damage reports like that. I mean, it's unfortunate for the person, but it is good for the industry to see that we're getting indications of pretty big and, more importantly, possibly damaging hail. Now I'm going to here we go, guys. This is one of the news affiliates in Minneapolis, the one that I can think of off the top of my head, because I remember looking at these guys not too long ago. Let's see other pictures. All right, this was in Hamel, Minnesota. Ooh, some damage on vehicles this time. That's right, Cole. Thank goodness we're actually seeing some damage this time around. It's nice to see that verification right away. So this is in Hamel, Minnesota. This is a pretty big hailstone. And that is, where was that? Oh, crap. Where was that? I remembered. Swear to God, I just saw where it was. Oh, Jesus. Come on, man. I know it's I believe it's in this area over here, the more recent stuff that we have going on. All right, we got updated the warning. Still just warned for 2-inch hail. I believe it. And so if you're in the northern section of Lino Lakes, this area right here, that's where you're seeing that hail. The core is not looking as strong as it once had. Oh, I know, never mind. I had to move out of the way. Core is looking still pretty good. So heading towards Columbus next. Again, that hail size, probably close up to 2-inch hail. Maybe an isolated tennis ball in there, but for the most part, probably 1/4 to 2-inch hail with this storm. And I know we now are seeing some confirmation that it's at least doing damage to cars. It's probably doing damages to roofs as well. So PDR, roofers, rejoice. We're actually getting a damaging hailstorm in the Minneapolis area this time around. Not seeing any hail. Yeah, that little storm didn't make it south of Minneapolis. But yeah, Columbus, Forest Lake, you're next imminently on the docket here for big hail. Continuing on our social media search, a little hail in Blaine. What is this a video of here? Oh, some serious wind. We getting the hail mixed with it? What? That seems to be just wind. Golf ball size hail in Blaine. There you go. These videos are boring. Hail in Medina. Just 1/4 ping pong ball size in Maple Grove. That's in Plymouth. Broken Park on 169 Broken Boulevard, Maple Grove. Seems to be no lack of pictures. Whoa, this one, so this was earlier, this was in Delano. Some real big hail in that one. Again, you know, bigger than Limes, Watertown, tennis ball size hail, Western Independence. Jeez, golly, some real big time hail in some of these guys. Look at the volume of hail in Watertown. Look at all the leaves on the ground getting stripped off of those trees. And then just a silly picture. Yeah, look at all these pictures coming in, guys. All over the place. It's in by also by Brooklyn Park. Pictures. North by Hennington. It's gonna be a great pick for the insurance guy. Yeah. So again, and Corin. Where's that? It's not on my map. Well, either way. So if you're just joining us, we'll roll the radar back. Why not? We had a storm form very quickly just outside of Watertown, Minnesota. Dropped up to baseball, up to 3-inch size hail. continue to move on. Lots of reports of up to golf ball size hail. Continued on into Maple Grove, where we had a tennis ball report. Brooklyn Park had 2-inch hail. Lino Lakes, everything. Storm's still continuing to move to the northeast. Looking a little weaker now. I think we might start to peter out a little bit as we get towards Forest Lake here. But at that point, we're already starting to kind of move out of the Minneapolis metro. It's moving a little too far to the north. I think damage is already done. At least a 4-star map on this. We've already found at least one picture of a car that had at least 40 dents on it, which means that this hail is a little more widespread, a little more damaging than what the previous storm that we had was from a couple weeks ago, I want to say, in the Minneapolis area. So I think this storm might be a little more high impact, looking like it's harder hail this time around. And as this thing is still racing to the northeast, again, Columbus, Forest Lake, you're next in line for this storm. It's moving pretty much this way here, so it might go right, yeah, or it'd be just to the south of the center part of Forest Lake. So moving like east-northeast towards Forest Lake, and then eventually we'll probably make it into Wisconsin, burying the storm, just kind of petering out. A lot of reports already coming in, a bit more will be coming in. If you've been watching here, we've been trying to scour social media just a little bit to show some pictures to you guys, those initial pictures coming in. In fact, we got so many right away. It's always a good sign that it's a pretty good storm, especially when it's in the middle of the day like this. So give this video a like. Maybe you guys did your hail dancing just right, because we're getting a big hailstorm kind of by surprise. I mean, I was expecting there to be storms today, but I figured it was going to stay south of Minneapolis because I believe this thing got triggered off, yeah, pretty much by this activity here earlier in the day. This little guy got fired off by the outflow of this, and it just kind of meandered around, didn't really do too much, and then it really just took off, and now is continuing along. Like a split or something? Might have been. But either way, so the storm took off, and now we're seeing a pretty good hailstorm crossing in those northern suburbs of the Minneapolis-St. Paul metro, especially in the western sections where, you know, you see all those blues and purple reports coming in here. That's a real big hail, big boy hail coming down. And we got confirmation of that with all those social media pictures that we are finding. Again, it's the only game in town, though. There's no other storms happening, so this is it. But in terms of anything going on later, this is probably going to be your only storm that happens, say, across Minneapolis area. It just happened real early. I mean, honestly, I'm sure you guys don't really care what time this stuff happens at, just more whether it happens or not. And I think this might end, just from my initial assessment. Of course, we're here, we're live. I haven't looked at the map yet or anything. This could be a better storm than the one that happened a couple weeks ago. We're finding more reports of damage right away versus the other one where we didn't exactly find lots of damage reports, and the report back from a handful of you guys giving us feedback saying the storm may not have been as nice as it initially looked. This one, again, finding the damage right away is looking a little bit better. The hail core is not looking as good now. It might be beginning to weaken here as it is getting close to that Forest Park area. The hail core just to the west of Highway, is it 35? Yes, just to the west of I-35, where 35 west and east come together here, just to the north of Minneapolis. And again, continuing to move east-northeast. Again, the majority of the damage already done as this storm very quickly rockets to the north and east. So we got again, this map is available. It'll continue to be updated. Of course, this is an ongoing situation. Our map will be updated. We'll get pictures on there. We'll get the house counts, all the information you guys need to use. But at the very least, the outer limits, the yellow swath, or at least quarter-size hail, I know that's most likely mapped out by now. You can go purchase the map. It might just be called Minnesota right now, but it'll include everything that is in here. We'll get the names and everything put together as the storm concludes. Get pictures, get all that great content for you guys. Again, you can go check that out, purchase it. I can probably put it in the, you know what I can probably do? Put it, just, whoops. I guess that would help if I could spell hail properly. Just simply go to hailtrace.com. Minnesota, it's currently ranked a 3-star map. we'll see. We might be whipping out those green pants on this once we look into it a little more. It's just called a Minnesota, and I will put the post for it in the comments here, guys. That way, let's see, what kind of pin it. All right, I'm pinning that comment again, so you can go check out the map right now. It's labeled as a 3-star map. It will update. Again, we'll most likely make it. It's definitely, I'd say, solidly a 4-star map right now. Heather is doing all she can to get this going, get it all mapped together. You have to do a lot of stuff all at once to make this all run smoothly, but don't worry, again, at least a 4-star map. This might be a solid storm. Last week's storm was not a top-rated storm. Yes, Derek, yes, we heard the feedback, and unfortunately, we make the call a little early when it's happening in the middle of the night. It's a little harder to get a better idea. I think this is going to be a better storm right now. I'm saying a solid 4-star map until I look into it more myself after we do this video, and then maybe we'll do an upgrade. So just keep an eye on it. So, looks like we could see pretty good map out of this, guys. Again, definitely, at least for the PDR industry. I've already seen a picture on Twitter of somebody getting quite a few dents in their car. So maybe a little harder hail, a little bit more. I think this hail time isn't going to be crazy long, but I think it may be enough to get that damage done. Again, especially in the towns of Watertown, Delano, and over by Independence, where you had a lot of really big hail. So I think I might wrap this up. Looks like the storm is moving off to the north and east. You can check out the link to the map. It is pinned in the comment section here on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, go to hailtrace.com and it'll show up right at the top. It's just simply called Minnesota right now. If you're watching me live, watching this after the fact, I'm sure it'll actually have a real name, and we'll get everything all sorted out as soon as possible, at which I'm saying I'm probably going to end the video here so I can help out get this map all squared away as quickly so you guys can get out there and get after it just as soon as the rain goes away, and hopefully we can have Derek wears 5-star green pants tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll do those hail dances. Maybe I'll come back if something else surprises us this afternoon with this storm in Minneapolis. All right, have a good day, guys.